gotten messy because this week's show is out of control. It hasn't even started. It had been on fire. And the reason why is because we got special guests here. And you know what? Mitch, you introduce them. Wait. Mitch, you introduce them.
Hey, I'm over here. Hey, you know we're down here in Lake Washington, like 350 so miles from home.
That's right.
You don't remember home where the temperature doubled today? It went from 1 to 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I brought my buddies from the lake next door, right down the road from me, from Rose Metal Products.
That's us.
Johnny and
Hello.
Art. Right
There
down
you
the
go.
road. We had to come down here to be able to follow this microphone out enough to talk.
You know, the exciting thing about this is we're at the 2022 Mississippi Crappie Camp. And you know what? We have Rose Metal Outdoors, Rose Metal Products is here, and they're here to talk about their products. And so they have a full line of products, and you're going to hear about this. It's electronic marine mounts. And so we're going to start with Johnny. And Johnny, tell us about the number of products that you have.
Well, right now we have 6 on our line, but we've expanded, and this is kind of what we've expanded to. This is kind of our latest and greatest. You know, we get a lot of questions about dash mounts, and when we kind of tried to start this, we started with certain dealers, and we were welding the mounts to their plates, and it didn't work out too good. So from there, we kind of got the idea of, let's make it adjustable. Let's make it also user-friendly for the installer. So that's kind of the road that we went on. And this is an example here. I mean, you can see it's just a one-piece mount. Put it right.
Two depth finders.
You betcha. Well, that's our gimbal plate.
Yep.
So you can either buy them together, buy them separate. Some people may just want this for one mount.
Or a 42-inch TV screen.
Or a 42-inch TV screen.
That's the next thing coming.
Right.
That's next.
But then you attach our gimbal plate to that, and for $250, you're running 2 12s or a 15 right there on your dash that you have. So we're making it, once again, it's affordable, it's sturdy, it's all 1/4-inch aluminum, UV powder coated like everything else that we do, and lightweight and strong.
And Art, when you were in the process of planning these new and different ones, what was the one thing you kind of looked at that anglers were also looking for, that you were going to say, hey, we're going to do this because anglers want this product?
Well, I think in the very beginning, it started up at the bow, and it was multiple graphs up at the bow, and then now it's kind of transitioned to the console or the dash. And so, like what Johnny said, kind of what we've designed is this gimbal plate that mounts to the console bracket. And keep in mind, this bolts to this aluminum plate, so it's very, very flexible as far as where you want to mount it to on your plate. You can mount it up high. If you're going to put a 15-inch on it, you can send it down low so you can see over your steering wheel. Right. And but that's kind of we heard the anglers kind of starting to transition to the console, so we have now answered that.
Yep.
And this gimbal plate is our gimbal plate that matches anything that we do.
Absolutely.
So, but the ease of this is you can slide this over a little bit further one way or the other, depending on what your trolling motor setup is.
Right.
So you're keeping things on our three.
So this is like a powder coat, like a gator finish powder coat.
UV powder coat.
Yep.
Lasts forever. Right. It'll look just like this, in 10 years. But even on your console, if you want things shoved a little further to the right, all these holes will line up with our mount.
Right.
So it's flexible. It's for every individual can put this on there how they want it on.
It's kind of a universal mount.
It is. It's a universal mount.
Whatever you got will fit, and it'll fit wherever you want to put it.
You bet, because we're not all the same height. I'm a little shorter. So.
Hunchback of Notre Dame's coming on. I feel it.
I know. Well, look at the time. He's kept us up all day.
There's a new fishing injury out there right now. It's called neck injuries from stooping over to look. And being out of position is like, look at that, there he goes. Oh, ow, ow.
That's right. That's right. We're trying to fix you up. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do. You bet.
Yeah, mercy.
And what did you notice? Because now you've been down here at Lake Washington, which is one of the the 6 lakes that is on the Mississippi Crappie Trail, which is the famous crappie trail. It's down here because they got big crappie, and of course Art went out there and caught a great big crappie. But what have you noticed in the boats that you've been going in with the guides? And we have to take a second and say that the reason why they were brought in and come down to the media event was because, first of all, they're a new company,
yes, sir.
And they had a lot to offer, and they have what we're looking for, and I think most anglers are looking for, is affordability, but you got to have quality.
Right.
You don't want something that is cheap, but in the end, when if you get what you pay for.
Well, that's why our slogan is "Put your money where your mouth is."
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend, $5,000 to $10,000, put it on a quality setup, so you're not losing or things aren't breaking. Or
Don't bolt $2,000 to a $20 mount.
That's exactly right.
So what did you see out there when you were Art? What did you see when you were out there in these other boats that you saw? Because you got a variety of fiberglass boats.
Exactly.
And you got
pontoons, you got fiberglass, you got aluminum.
Yeah.
And this type of mount, a lot of the feedback we were getting, this is a really solid universal mount.
Yeah.
It could easily fit in a pontoon. We offer a one-piece aluminum pedestal mount,
Right.
and we offer a double bridge and a single bridge that could have fit in all these boats that we've been on this crappie with.
And I think with the trend coming for double live scope setups in the front, this is kind of like the perfect gig. So you can have his and hers.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What I didn't see today is a trophy mount on anybody's boats. We'll have to fix that.
That's right. That's always the goal. And
That is the goal. You bet.
I mean, that's the goal, but things that they won't see or they can't imagine that they would see is being in person at your plant,
right.
and at their plant in Springfield, Missouri, and everything that they have is made in America by Americans. And you'll notice that if you would ever go to their plant, they are a firm believer in that. And it's always like anytime you go into a company, it's like that. It makes your heart kind of swell up.
Absolutely.
Because here you are.
Yeah.
These are people that,
That's right.
and they care about the product, the finished product that comes out.
That's
So
right.
they're not going to let something that's going to slide. But
Nothing.
you guys come all the way, and when you start talking about that, there's people that are cutting it. There's people that are bending it. I mean, so tell us how many machines it takes just to make a product.
Well, on this particular product, I mean, this is just a laser form paint, so that's 3.
Okay.
And then you can see, which we'll show here in a little bit, but we've welded this, and then we grind the back side of that so that it's double welded on both sides. That's the only spot that I had to. This is the only part that we really have to weld because I can't make it all one piece. But it's 4 setups.
4 different machines.
Yeah, laser forming, welding, and painting.
And then on the dual mounts that you have, that becomes a different beast in itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. But
so tell us how you have some machinery there that is. It is not cheap to have the machinery that you have in that building.
It's all CNC machinery. Everything starts in our engineering department, and they do an awesome job. They make sure we're doing our job right. And they kind of guide us and lead us as far as the prints and the programming goes. And then it goes to the laser, and they bring up the programs. They laser out several at a time. That's another reason why we can keep the cost down, because we can laser a bunch at one time. All goes over to the press brake. Once again, what I like to say is our press brake department and our weld department, they're like craftsmen.
Absolutely.
They
really are.
They're not like the tenure there is 15 to 35 years, so it's not like, you got just people coming and going that's working on our stuff.
Right.
So you're gonna have a pedestal mount. Is it still gonna have this bracket on the pedestal mount?
That's a pedestal right there, bolt straight down.
Right.
It has the same hole pattern as this right here. So if a person starts with 1, And then later on, they think I want to.
You could put this up to put two graphs
to that,
on.
and you
right.
put two
okay.
graphs
That's
on
what
there.
that's what was going through my head right there.
That's why I kind of made this.
I went out in a boat today that has the his and his mount.
His and his mount.
Yeah, I couldn't get him to put a dress on, so it's a his and his.
His
mount.
and his.
Yeah, it's a little too cold wear a dress today anyway.
Well, it probably would have been. Probably would have been.
So that was pretty dadgum slick.
Yeah.
You know,
That's because what they haven't showed is they have a bridge mount.
Yeah.
So a bridge mount that instead of using this in the plate of your console or in the front bow of your boat, you have a tall one.
Well, we have a dual graph or a 15, and we have a single bridge for just a single mount. But the dual graph will easily hold a 15-inch graph on there.
Yep. And so that's kind of where that goes with that. So
you say his, and we thought there was a carriage ride, and I told him on the way down here, if we get in a carriage, I am holding your hand. Is what I told him on the way down. Just so we all.
Somebody's got to drive the horse.
That's right. That's right. I like that. I like that.
Exciting things happening for Rose Metal Products, and that starts with going some of the shows. So if you want to check out some of their products, where they're going to be is tell them where you're going to be.
We're going to Greensville, South Carolina next week, matter of fact, and we're going to be at the Bassmaster Classic there. And then I know in September we're going to be in Branson, Missouri. So that's kind of close to our neck of the woods.
Right.
At the
Crappie Expo.
Yeah, Wally Marshall's. Crappie Expo. So
in October.
October, that's right.
Yeah.
September last year.
You get a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a break.
Yep.
Yeah, but between March and October, there is no telling where we're going to be. We haven't scheduled that far out yet.
And that's it. So being able to see the product, you'll be able to go and visit some of these shows that you guys have been going to, and that's important. What do you think about live scope? How is that changing how you're looking at how you're making your brackets?
That might be one of the next missions that we kind of try. I'm going to play with that a little bit because I'm pretty sure that we can come up with a live scope pole. I see a lot of people that's kind of doing it on their own, and the main thing is if we make it too complicated, then it's going to be expensive.
Right.
So everything we do, we try to make it simple so we can keep that cost down.
Right.
So we're going to play with that idea. We're going to play with it. That's all I'll say right now.
It's live scope's just changing everything.
Everything
that goes. The stuff 1 year ago that we never even dreamed of is just becoming commonplace.
I caught my first fish today on live scope.
Kind
of cool.
It was outstanding. Is what it was.
So was your fish bigger than Art's, though?
Absolutely, my fish was bigger than Arthur's.
Oh, it was?
It was.
What happened?
Was
I'm
it
just
a
going
happened, Art?
to let that slide.
Oh,
I have picture proof in my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you hold your
Insert
fish,
graphic here.
yeah, when you
I held
hold
my
your
fish
fish
out like this.
that, it gets a little
I
bigger.
did not. I held my fish
When
out
you
like
hold
that
it right here,
there.
you see all its glory.
push that back out again.
Yeah.
Mount appears bigger than what it is
That's
in
right.
real life.
That's
So
right.
let's-
I like that.
That
I like
really,
that.
that really is not a 90-inch mount.
From now on, when you take a picture of his fish, take the reflection picture in a rearview mirror.
There you go.
It appears smaller than
Make
what
it
it
smaller. Make it smaller. Make it smaller.
That's pretty amazing stuff. So.
Brad, I think one thing that kind of sets us apart is we are really creating a trophy mount system.
Right.
As you can see, we have so much universal products that go between the bow and the console, and we're kind of leaning that way to a full-fledged system.
Right.
Yep.
So
live scope's what it's all about, and everything that goes with it. It's it's a little bit more to it than just a screen that you can see fish.
That's
on.
right.
they're starting to network boats now, and so we've got to follow that network just on the graph side.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Network it and automate it. Where
Yeah.
it's like a one flip switch and the cockpit comes alive.
Right.
Everything comes on, trolling motor deploys, and we're let's go, boys.
That's right. That's right. Let's get it on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I may need an engineering job one of these days.
Engineering
I'll be the idea guy for the engineer. How's that?
Come on down. Come on down.
I love to dream crap up.
You bet.
Their engineers don't run on duct tape, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
So that redneck engineering
Can
is
you trade out
not gonna
jig
go.
heads? Or
Trade out jig heads.
We're going to barter on some ideas. I like
That
that.
takes us to tackle time. Why
time,
not?
man.
Because
if
you guys
live
were
scope changes the boat, it might as well change your tackle, right? So once you get your live scope mounted to this mount right here, and you can't see your lure, check out a scope eye jig head. That's right. We're following the trend. We made a jig head that has a metal foil eye inset in the head, and it's flat, and it's got a bigger hook than what it's designed to have to help you hold the fish, because you ain't got time to go get a dip net while you're looking at this and setting a hook and you forgot where the dip net is. Just set the hook, swing them in. We've got the right hooks on it, flat sides, flat eyes. It's called Scope Eye Jig Head. It's made for using with live scope. Give it a try.
And what are you going to use for soft plastics? What are you going to use?
PICO's got anything you want to use. You want a curl tail, you want a triple tail, you want a double tail. Whatever. We got tube, you got the little tubes, got big tubes. Need a piece of plastic, check out PICOLures.com. If you can't find something on there, you just call me.
Lake Washington's a pretty special place. You guys, we're catching them not on minnows.
No,
You're
sir.
using artificial baits.
That's right.
weren't you?
That's right.
We like to hear that.
Yep.
So, because I know that down here right now, what's been kind of hot is more of a feathered type lure.
Yeah.
I'll bet Pico's got one of those.
So happens that the hottest color going right now is a chartreuse and white, or no, it's a white chartreuse and white PICO marabou jig.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
as my second favorite is the biggest crappie I've caught all week, which was people call you a liar if you told them you caught it on beaver, but it's pretty average down here, I guess, was on a pink-headed, black and chartreuse-tailed bunny butt.
Bunny butt.
Yep.
Have you guys seen a bunny butt?
I fished one today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. There you go.
God bless you, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Hey, if they wanted to find out more about Rose Metal Products trophy mounts, where would they go?
rmpstore.com.
Okay. Make sure you go to that. Go to the header and go over to outdoors.
That's yes,
touch
sir.
that, and then
You got the
it will
drop-down.
drop down. Yep.
And it's
Go there.
all the graph mounts are right there in one place, one page.
Also have to say that you guys added some information to that page.
We did. We added information for dealers, and they can kind of call in. We ask certain questions, get certain information, and then they can go in there and just click, pay. We ship it straight out.
Right. And
Makes it easier for the dealers.
And Art, also the size, right? You guys added dimensions to.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
And what did you add? So tell them, because
Length, width, height. We tried to put as much information on there as possible.
okay. And Art,
So-
where else? Social media. How about that?
Well, you can find us on Facebook at Rose Metal Outdoors, and you can also find us on Rose Metal Outdoor Adventures, which is our group page. So you guys can check us out on Facebook and follow us there.
Maybe
Post pictures.
I was going to say, you guys will be posting pictures.
Absolutely.
When you
We've
get
already
back.
been
Bet.
posting
So
We're
then
posting
you'll be able
already.
to tell who actually had the bigger fish.
Hey,
There we go.
Everybody can judge for themselves. It's a running competition, but right now I'm voting. It's me.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh,
We
wow.
are at baiting things. This would only be necessary to be talking about who's got the biggest fish.
That's right. It's appropriate. We're at Lake Washington. So, great place. Like I said, it's a great place for crappie fishing. And also, if you're a crappie angler, you definitely want to check out Rose Metal Products trophy mounts, because they have what you're looking for. They have. And you can contact them just in case you need something manufactured a little different. They don't like to do that very much, probably, but they can do that. So,
We will.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, and hopefully you charge them accordingly. So,
Any problem that you can solve with money is really nothing but an expense.
That's exactly right.
that's what we like to hear.
I like you more and more.
What can I say? That takes us to the end of the show. And like I always like to say, keep your hook sharp and your lures in the water.
Oh, yeah, we forgot the.
Let's get them. Pow, pow.
Oh, yeah, Rob, look at him.